Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the special meeting of the Clay County Board of Education. I'll entertain a motion that we approve the agenda as it was emailed to us and that you have in front of it.
I make a motion we approve the agenda.
Ms. Beck?
I'll second it.
Ms. Crawford, all in favor? Thank you. No public comment, right? I think Mr. Cole, you're up, right?
Members of the board, one quick report. As you know, our policy states that in order to spend more than $30,000 on any particular project, I need board approval to do that. We worked on a tree removal project over the last 2 weeks that the total amount ended up being more than $30,000. But it was two different projects the way it worked out, and I just wanted to explain to the board how this happened so you didn't think I was trying to slip a big project through without board approval. The initial phase, I guess it turned out to be phase one of the project, but the initial project was a total of $18,500 to remove, I think it was 13 trees and to grind the stumps. All of these were relatively large trees that had to be either craned out or they had to have a bucket truck and be cut from the top down because of their locations. We hired Reese Tree Removal to do that. There were 4 trees right out in front of the elementary school, right around the circle that we had on our list. One was a big red oak that was in the playground. That was dead at the top, and it was already kind of starting to come down from the top. When Reese cut those 4 trees down, all 4 of them were actually completely hollow at the base, all the way up, and it was ants. They were filled with fire ants, and they were eating the inside of the tree up. And I took pictures just so I could show people if I needed to. And there were actually, I think it was 12 more trees in that area that were all red oaks that were within 6 feet. And Miss Godfrey, our principal, had said that there were just a ton of fire ants out there in that area, that it was really almost dangerous to have the kids out there because the ants were so bad. But we would spray, and the next day it'd be right back filled with them again. And so we figured out they were actually in the base of those trees. That's where they were all staying. So Mr. Reese, he pretty much told me he would bet me a paycheck that half of those other trees were going to be hollowed out and filled with ants as well, and that the best thing we could do is go ahead and cut all of them because they were all red oaks and they were huge, and if they had fallen in any direction, they would have done thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage. So we elected to do a phase 2 of the project and cut all of those down, and because of their location, they all had to be cut from the top down. So that second part of it was $21,000. So it ended up being a total of more than $30,000, but that's not how it was planned out. So it just kind of worked out that way. So I just wanted to make sure the board understood how that money was spent and why it was spent that way. Are there any questions?
Total trees, I got 13, and then you said 12 others.
There were 18,005. Oh, you're talking about total trees.
Trees.
Oh gosh. It was, I think the first part of the project was 13 and then 12. Yes. And we cut the slope between the middle school and the bus garage. There's a steep slope right there where we park buses. That slope, everything was growing out and the buses were getting scraped every time they drove through there. So we just went ahead and cut that whole slope down as well. We added that to it. But yeah, that along with stump grinding and carrying everything off.
And most all those trees were hollow too. Once
Just,
you got them down.
yes.
So our issue with the fire ants we
should be able to spray at this point and kill them all, hopefully as well as you can ever kill fire ants. But it should be a lot better than it was. But we've taken a lot of their food away. So that was my report for that.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Any questions or other comments or anything related to that? Good. All right. Well, then I will entertain a motion that we go into closed session for discussion of personnel and negotiations.
Make a motion, we'll go into closed session.
Daniel, second, Mr. Caldwell, all in favor? Thank you. Thank